Alright, welcome back to Game on the Table. This is One Deck Dungeon, not my usual Deep Space D6, but this is a similar dice-driven, kind of procedurally generated, almost like deck-generated solo game that you can play both as a tabletop game, with cards and dice and stuff on your table, which I have, but also as a digital game, which I thought would be kind of fun to try on the channel and just see how it goes. So I've played this a lot on the table, but never digitally, and it's been a while, maybe a year and a half since I've played this. So I'm gonna leave. I was clicking around. I'm gonna leave some of the stuff set to really easy for my first try. And if I remember correctly, I used to always play as the mage because I just really like the way this character was designed. I love the color scheme and the kind of like druid staff and everything. I like the character, so I'm gonna give that a shot, and I'm gonna take the Dragon's Cave, which, if these pips are what I think they are, it probably means it's like a 1 difficulty versus 1, 2, 3. And this is just a base game, available on Steam and I think some other platforms. But yeah, let's just give it a shot. Yeah, I do want loot. All right, let's go. So just a quick, I don't even have to explain. The hints are there. So there's a timer on every floor, and every dungeon has 3 floors and then a boss encounter, and there's a timer for the floor. Normally that timer would be the deck, the one deck of the name of the game that you're flipping through without looking at those cards as time passing. So you only have a certain number of opportunities to do things, and that'll kind of make more sense as we start playing. Let's see, gonna explore, which is where you would deal out a set of 4 encounters. You can kind of imagine this like Zork style, north, south, east, west. You're in a room with 4 doors and choose a door to open. But the surprise is that behind every door is something terrible. The other thing is every turn that passes, you spend some time. So every time I explore, deal out 4 cards. Some time passes. Every time I'll enter one of these rooms and then decide whether or not to deal with the encounter or run away, some more time will pass, etc. Cool. So I'm clicking through some of these things, but this encounter now is giving me an option to either engage with it, enter the room, or flee. So I can back up, like close the door. You open the door, you go nope, and you close it again. Let's open it, and I think since I'm a mage and this blue icon here means I've got 4 blue dice that I can use to try to address this. This is a trap as opposed to an enemy, so I'm only going to be allowed to roll the dice related to the color I choose to try to deal with this, but let's give it a shot. Always 2 ways to approach a peril. Sorry, not a trap, but looks like a trap, right? One is easier, costs extra time. Yeah, suit the options more suited to your hero's abilities. So my mage is better with magic versus dexterity. So you can kind of see how they kind of semantically explain that. Like run past it is a dexterity check. Slowing time is obviously a magic spell. So I'm going to choose a slow time, which is actually going to cost me more time. Cool, and this heroic die are these black dice that you use as wild dice. You can use them for any type of check. And the mage's special power is that every time she explores, which is when you deal out those 4 cards, you can store one of those heroic die on her character sheet, and then can choose to use them in any one encounter. Let's see here. I think I'm going to, because I got 4 dice to make. I need to get at least a total of 13. So I'm just going to give myself an extra dice to try to do that. And since it's heroic feat, I got to roll this dice first. I really like the dice animations. Right, so I only rolled the dice matching the color. So I chose to use my magic, so I'm going to use just these blue dice. All right, Experience level 2 or 3. Free heroic die in each encounter. At level 4, you get 2. Alright. Oh, I'm experience level 2. Alright, so let's roll all my dice. And in the physical game, all the dice are these translucent colored dice, and they match these iconographies and everything really, really well. And they happen to fit the squares on the different cards really, really well. It's just a weirdly satisfying thing to put dice on squares in this game. Alright, roll 2 dice, fill in any challenge boxes you can. Drag a die to a box to cover it. Color needs to match, and the number on the die needs to be at least as high as the number on the box. Alright, and then for these large dice boxes, you can use any number of dice, but I have to add the number up. Alright. Armor means I gotta hit those first. It's kind of like taunt if you're a Hearthstone player. Let's see, fill all the shield boxes. You can place dice in any other boxes. Challenge, right? So this is coming from this extra box is not coming from this challenge. It's coming from the Dragon's Cave. The Dragon's Cave floor 1 will always require an extra 2, magical 2, basically. So I don't really need to do anything too special here. I think I've got what I need. So I can use that 2 to cover that, and then a 6 and a 5. So I really actually didn't need to use that extra die. That was a bad call. That was a waste, because I really easily made that 11 and 2. All right, let's end the counter because I've covered everything. Spinning boxes. Right, that makes sense. So next time we see another challenge, I'll kind of explain that a little further. But if I had failed to cover something, doesn't mean I end the game or I lose. Just means whatever I failed to cover has consequences for me. And then this is one of the cooler parts of the physical game. Around the outer edges of each challenge card will either be an item icons or experience points, things like that. And then when you defeat a challenge, the card goes under either your character sheet or your experience tracker, and then you use those icons on the edges of the cards to basically mark out what you chose, right? So let's see here. I think probably the smartest thing for me to do. Well, I was just going to say the smartest thing for me to do would be take an extra magic die and extra health point, but this is also a magic die, extra die, but it's always a wild. And one of the things that I happen to know about this this level is I think I'm going to need a mixture of all 3 colors of dice. I'm going to take the wild die, even though the other die gives me a blue plus a heart. Right, so skills give you a way to manipulate your dice in other dungeon situations. Every skill has a cost on the left, a benefit you receive on the right. You can use your skill once per encounter. Sometimes you change your mind about a decision. Oh, that's interesting. They have an undo. But only if you haven't revealed new information or rolled dice. Okay, that's fair. Alright, new turn, more time passed. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go. Alright, some combat encounters. I'm going to guess more tutorial stuff's going to pop up. That's interesting. So that skill would allow me to turn a yellow 3 or blue 3, excuse me, into any sort of wild die, or a wild die I'd have to roll at that point, which is pretty cool. It's a good way to convert into the other colors as you need them, because you can see this is all yellow dice and pink dice, and I don't have those. Strength and dexterity is kind of what I call them. All right, let's give it a shot. Common encounter. We roll all 3 colors of dice, based on your stats. Yep. So I've only got 1 yellow die, 2 dexterity dice, 4 blue dice, and my one wild die. And I'm gonna roll them. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm gonna hover over this. I'm pretty sure I can just use this. Can be used for free once returned. Simply click on the skill to use it. Okay, great. It answered my question as soon as I thought to ask it. Dice of a color you need. You can convert any 2 dice to 1 heroic die by dragging them to control the right. This here. That is a cool mechanic in the game. Is one of the primary ways you can manipulate dice is that you can turn 2 dice into 1 die of any other, like a wild die, basically, by sacrificing the higher of the 2 die. All right, let's see here. X equal open door, including this one. So I think that might mean I need an 8 there, which could be a little rough. Okay, let's use this, and let's roll. All right, I got a 2. So I'm pretty sure, well, okay, so I just need 4. Let's see here. Is there an easier way to get a 4? I don't know, but I've got that and that. I could turn this 3 and that 3 into a wild 3, which will cover one of these two. I've got 6 here, pink 6. And man, these ones are not helpful. Okay. Well, there's no way around it. This is the only thing. Well, yeah, like either way doesn't matter, right? I could use that. I could use these 2 dice in reverse, but it's equivalent. Let's go ahead and cover the U up. I definitely want to cover one of those up. And then I don't see a way to cover one of these 2 up. So, okay, I do see a way to do this a little better. I can 2, 5. Now I've got that to cover. I've got you. Got you. Is that better? Yeah, bear with me. This probably looks really frustrating. Okay. I can definitely, well, I'm not going to use these ones, so I might as well turn them into a wild one. So let's say I did this. Can I use that too? I can't use that 2 for anything. I really wish I could toss this 4 out. All right, that might be as good as I can do. So this 3 and this 1. Cover that 5. Definitely want to cover that 4. So sorry, I said I was going to explain and then I didn't. If I don't cover this square, then I'm going to take 1 point of damage and lose 1 time. But if I do cover it, I won't suffer those consequences. But if I don't cover this one, I'll just lose 1 time here. Or if I don't cover this one, I'll just take 1 point of damage. So it's really just a matter of what do I want to deal with. And I think I don't want to take 2 points of damage. So that's probably where this needs to go. And fortunately, I can't do anything with this. I can turn these 2 into a wild 2, which doesn't help me. So let's end encounter. Take my 1 damage. Great, and I have some healing potions, but I'll deal with that later. You want to use, ideally, you want to be able to use healing potions at the beginning of a round, because that then makes the healing potion worth 3 points as opposed to 2. Okay. So I think this is actually pretty simple for me. I just want more dice. I don't necessarily need to be able to manipulate more dice. I just need more dice. At least early on. That's the strategy I like. Ooh. Okay. So the beetle's a little nasty, so you have to do a lot before you're allowed to negate any of its consequences. And then if you can't cover all of these shield boxes, then unfortunately you don't get any loot even if you soldier through all the consequences. So really got to feel like I can cover this before I go in, and you know what, I'm just gonna go for it, because who dares wins. All right, I have to do that later, so let's roll these dice first, see where we're sitting. Oh, I love the way that snaps together. And roll. Okay, hey, that's not bad. So first things first, let's try to match to what match the colors as they come up, right? Definitely this 4 is the closest thing I got there. And I have no yellow 5, so I can do that. Let's do a 6. Would really love to cover that 4, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see a better way to do that. Let's see here, this 3 and this, yep, that has to be that. 5 had to go on 5. Yeah, so I don't think there's a better way to reallocate these dice. It would be nice to do something with this, but the most I can do is make a wild 2 or wild 1, which neither of which really helps me. So that's where some of the dice manipulation powers come in handy, as opposed to just getting more dice. But you know what? I can deal with that. I can suffer through losing a little extra time. And now I've got, let's see here. I've got one more blue die. Well, the other thing I can do is I can force a 6, so I can spend whatever I roll on one of my strength dice and just turn it into a 6 if I take that, which is not bad. Yeah, it's kind of hard to, well, you know what, just to show you guys what that looks like. Oh, right. I am still level 2. I can't take more items like that. Did I do that right? Oh, maybe I misread that. Maybe I could take more. I might have just misread that as a like that tooltip is saying I couldn't take more stuff. All right, living you learn. Either way, extra dice, not a bad thing. All right, this one's the literal trap. Shoot. I have 1, 2 wild die. And what is this? A mana potion that just gives you 3 extra. All right. You know what? Let's give it a shot, but let's spend some time, because I really am not going to have a huge dice pool for this, and I kind of have to just get lucky. That's not bad. All right, can't use Valor on this. Oh, is this really going to block me? Ooh. Oh, that's nasty. Bad rolls, right? So these ones, I can't clear this armor shield, so even though I rolled a 6, which would have let me clear that, I can't do anything here. Oh boy. All right. Well, let's take it. That's a rough one. And I think what I want to do is actually, shoot, let's just, I think the potion is really going to come in handy. So identified new potion, got a new potion token, but every potion token could be any of your identified potions for that run. So let's give it a shot here. All right, let's explore. Gonna cost me a little more time. Okay. What is this? Living armor? Phantom. Ethereal. Immediately discard all 1s and 3s. Oof. Oof. And it's all dex and strength. It's all dex and strength. I feel like I'm going to just go for it because I want this. Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, and let's just roll the dice. Let's just roll the heroic feat. Alright, an extra 6. Not going to argue with that. Let's go. Ooh, there's some 1s. So those 1s just disappear. I'm going to need this extra die. Wow, okay. Let's really look at what we're looking at here. Have to hit you. Don't need these 2 blues, but I can turn them into a wild 5, so I can actually do something with that. Have to clear you. really don't want to take this damage. Really would love to not take this damage. And I'd rather not take damage. I'd rather take less damage and lose some time. I think that's the best I can do. So I'm dangerously close to death, right? If I ever get 5 wound tokens, then I'm out. But this seems like the right time to up the number of dice I get. Right, so I've got, here we go. This will let me see. There you go, I gotta click on this here. So I've got 3 extra dice and an extra health. I'm also going to use 1 potion to clear 3 wounds before I move on. Alright, getting really close to running out of time here. The bandit. Dodge, make heroic die, use... Ooh, so the conversion will require 3 dice instead of 2. That's a little rough. Again, it's all like strength and dexterity dice. So not getting lucky with my pulls here, but let's give it a shot. All right. Not the best roll. Sometimes the dice just aren't with you here. Let's see here. So there's no armor shields. I can start placing wherever I want, which is very handy. So looking at these dice, I can turn these 2 3s into a wild 3, and these 2, unfortunately, the best I can do with these is turn them into a wild 3. Actually, no, I can't. Because it's going to take 3. All right, let's see. This is nasty. So let's do the obvious, right? The obvious there is that. Let's clear. I think I am going to do this. So that's the best I could do. I couldn't get a 5 out of that, no matter how you dice it. And I am going to do this, because this will give me... Well, do I want to do that? Do I want to put the 3 in there and just keep the 2s? I could use the 2s. Yeah, let's do it. That's going to be a wild 1. I can only use the 2s here, because they're too small to ever go on any of these other dice, so let's do that. Can only use the 1 here. This 3 will get me there. So hey, let's take it. That 3 will get me there. That 3 will get me there. That 4 will get me there. Hey! So consequences. Oh, I just noticed this. That's really cool that it actively counts that for you. So just 2 extra time. So really just losing yet another turn. It's not that bad. Considering how badly I rolled, that wasn't so bad. Items for your level. Choose this item as loot. Place 1 to convert to XP. Alright, let's see here. Well, so I could drop one of this max health and get 4 health points. Increase up to 4 by 1 each. Yikes, that's really handy. I kind of want that. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, when the hourglass hits 0 and the deck runs out, you reveal the exit to the next floor. Click the descend button if you're ready to go down the stairs. You can click the button on the top. Oh, click the button on the bottom of the screen to stay here. For each time spent for any reason, a wound token goes to the stairs. Every 3 tokens will cause you to take damage. Alright, so that means if I chose to stay on the floor here and go through another turn, depending on how much time I wasted there, I could be taking a lot of damage. It's early and I'm doing okay. I feel like I'm ready to just go. Let's descend to the next floor. So when you reach the new floor, things get a little harder. So this is part of the dungeon floor that you reveal as you go down each floor. On floor 2, these things stack, so it's not like floor 1 I gotta deal with a strength 3 check or take 1 damage, and then floor 2 it's just magic 5 check or take 2 damage. Now it's both. So yeah, let's give it a shot. And actually, I should point out, these are the checks I have to do for combat, and these are the checks I have to do for perils or traps. All right, let's explore. It's going to cost me a little more time. And I'm just clicking. I have no strategy when it comes to which door I open. I'm not too superstitious about it. Okay. I think I'm best prepared to handle a strength check, even though it's fewer dice. I have the ability to up those values. I need a total of 12 here. Yeah, and really with the dexterity dice, I'm stuck with whatever I get. I can't do a lot of manipulation, and I only get 1 more. But yeah, let's give it a shot, and then let's dismantle it. Oh, you know what? I don't want to use that. I don't want to use this die for this. Let's just give it a shot. Plus I got this Valor. Oh, I can't use Valor. Right? Yeah, I can't use Valor. But I can. You know, now I'm thinking about it, I probably should have used that extra dice. But, didn't get punished there, so I'll take it. No consequences. Let's go. All right, skill. I can turn a 2 into a 5. That's actually really handy. Unfortunately, I'm at my dice limit, and I don't really want to replace one of these with this. Do I? Yeah. I mean, this could be a good time to take experience, because honestly, the way to up my item limit, etc., is to gain more levels, right? So if I get to level 3, I'll have the ability to take 5 items, which are new dice or more skills. All right. But this is a really low experience payout. The other thing I could do is I could drop the heart value, still keep a dex dice, but then get 4 experience, which is a little more bang for my buck. That feels just cheeky enough to be smart, but maybe it's not. I'm gonna go with the Flame Wave. I've just got so many blue dice, and I feel like, and this is anecdotal and obviously not really true, I feel like I never get to use them. And then of course, here we go. All right, let's go Magic Shield. Let's do it. Not even worried about this. I got this. I don't need this extra dice for this. Let's roll. He said very confidently as he walked into a dart trap. All right, let's see here. Yeah, so see, I have no 6s. But I can negate 1 health damage. And then, so I don't even have to worry about this one. I'm just going to ignore this 6 because I rolled no 6s. In which case, I'm good. Got a 2 here. Oh, gotta replace that. And there you go. I don't even need these. So let's just, let's call it good. Could I use another potion token? I don't really know that I do need that, but I should be reminding myself that these exist because I can give myself an influx of dice. Shoot, this is too small. Let's just take the experience and move on. All right, time passes. Let's see what we got. Looking for some interesting combat. Honestly, the combat encounters are way more interesting to me because like the dice requirements are way more complicated. For encounter, 1 hero loses So I'm going to take an automatic damage if I encounter this, but I think, ready to take this on. So let's do it. Let's take a damage and then let's do it. Let's use it. Hey, a 4. 4 could be handy. Let's go. And I'm definitely going to use Valor here. With a strength and dex cost, dragon matching dice and skill, we can use it. Let's go Valor. Hey, an extra 6. That's really handy. So, do I need to up any of my numbers? I do have 6s to cover my 6s, which is really important. I don't have a 5 to cover my 5s, so I'm actually... Well, you know what? I got a 2. So trade the 2. So input on the left, output on the right. Trade in a 2, get a 5. Hey. Definitely want to cover this 3. And I think that covers me. I think I'm good. I think I've got everything I need here. 4, 8. Let's use blue. Just 4, just because. I think that covers me. Yeah. That was not bad, not bad. I do feel good about reusing the heroic feat die because I did end up needing that 6. Or actually, you know what? That was a valor die. Take that back. Didn't really need the 4. You already have maximum skills for your level. If you choose the skill as to place 1. Right. So just like items up here, skills up here max out after a certain point. So I can always get a 6, but I can only spend it on other skills, which I don't have like a cascading skill effect. Like this could be really handy. I've seen this be really, like I recall this being really handy. I'm just gonna take the really big influx of experience because I don't want to reduce the number of yellow dice I have. I don't want to, there's no point in switching these out. And I really can't use the skill. Let's just take the experience. Okay, spoil the last one. Hey, it's a rat. That is a nasty rat. Okay, swarm. 4 for open door, including this one. Okay, I'm at my item limit, I'm at the skill limit, and I already know this skill. So I could flee, that'll recharge my heroic feat. It will pass some time, but also 2 experience would get me to where I need to go. Do I want to do this? I don't really have... I'm not really like built for this necessarily. Let's skip it. We'll recharge here, time will pass, and what you'll see is I can explore, and that door doesn't go away, but I have 3 more options, and when I explore I also charge up my heroic feat. Let's open a new door. So we got more bear traps. I mean, I was probably better off trying to tackle the other thing. Great. Well, I've got 3 dex dice, and I won't be able to use Valor, but I do have heroic feat. So I could do 4 dice to try to get 12. Let's give it a shot. Keep clicking on the wrong thing. It's cost me a lot of time. And the primary frustration in this game, the primary conflict, frustration is the wrong word, is that, ooh, terrible roll. All right, let's see what we got. Primary frustration is that you need to encounter things to get improved, because a base character cannot survive a boss encounter. So if I get lucky enough to get there in this video, you'll see what I mean. It's not easy. All right. I don't have any 6s, which is a real problem, but I can ignore 1 damage here. Let's clear that too, and then we do have enough to clear that. Fortunately, I can't place a 6 on there, so let's just end encounter. And that was kind of lucky. Invisibility. Ooh, that's kind of nice, but you know what? Let's take the experience. Let's level up. Let's be able to take more items and more skills. Open a door up. Okay, rolling boulder. I really don't want to spend this much time. That's a ton of time. But I definitely, you know, I'm not. All right. Change 1 or 2 dex dice into. Hey, that's been interesting. You can just do that, or I could. Ooh, okay. It's worth it. It's worth spending this time to get loot of that caliber. We're gonna run out of time soon, so yeah, let's just use it. Let's just make sure I can clear this. I'm not really worried about clearing it, but let's just make sure. Because yeah, you can roll a bunch of 1s, which is rough. All right. Right, I have to clear that 2 first. But as you can see, I'm more than capable of clearing that. All right, let's see here. Well, what do I want? Well, okay, I can tell you what I saw originally that made me ooh, was this, getting another strength die, which I'm pretty low on. It's my lowest number of dice, and an extra health at the same time. But this is pretty cool. I can swap out any 2 of my dex dice and turn them into wilds. But I'll be honest, I don't generally need to turn my dex dice or my strength dice into something else. I usually need to go the other way. I need my my magic dice to turn into something else. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. There we go. Because I really needed an extra yellow die. All right. So let's risk it. One more floor. Let's just eke out some value. I got a feeling this is magic. Yeah, finally magic is the fast thing. All right. This one's kind of a no-brainer because, well, okay, well, I'll just say this. This is one of those skills where if you can always get yourself a blue 6, you can always turn that into 2 yellow 6s, which is awesome. I didn't take that other skill because honestly, I'd rather get those skills in the other order, but yeah, that's awesome. Okay, but I could replace this first item with this one, which would give me the same dice count, but then also give me an additional health point, or I really could just use the 4 experience because getting leveled up is handy. So let's do it. We'll enter that room. We'll blast through. I've definitely got the dice to do it. I hope. He said hoping. Well, I can do that. And I can do that. So I've got 2, 4. Sorry, it's been a long day. I can do 14. Well, I can definitely do that. I can definitely turn this 4 into a 5. So I don't think this isn't good enough, unfortunately. Oh, wait. Like I said, been a long day. Basic arithmetic. Just barely made it. I'm glad I did that. Okay. I'm glad I checked instead of just assuming I couldn't do it in the end. Yeah, I love the idea of turning a 6 into 2 6s, but really, how consistently can I do that? Not super consistently. I mean, there's a tiny chance on the 3rd floor I'll get that. I'll get another stab at grabbing that ability that always gives me a 6. I think I just want to take the extra dice. You know what? And then I'm gonna descend because I don't want to take 2 more time. That'll actually ping 1 more damage on me. I forgot about dragon skin. That's nasty. Okay, let's explore and let's see what we got. I can't say that I feel like I'm doing very well because I know from experience, although albeit it was like a year ago and I've never tried the digital, so I'm not sure if it's that much different than the tabletop version. This does not feel like a powerful character. Like this doesn't feel like I'm breaking the game. And if my experience, if my memory is correct, you do want to be feeling like you're breaking the game by the time you hit the 3rd floor, if you're really going to stand a chance against a boss. So don't have high hopes for this. This one feels spottier than maybe it looks. All right. That's interesting. So this is just spend 1 of your dex dice, turn it into 2 more dice. I like that. I like the idea of just turning 1 die into 2 more. Let's definitely do this. Should I take a stab at dodging, save a bunch of time? Let's try it. Definitely gonna use this. Here we go. 2. Could use some really good rolls here. Ooh, that felt bad. All right. Okay, definitely gonna shield myself from 1 damage. Let's clear the 2. Fortunately, this is the best 5 clear I've got, and then definitely can't do this. This doesn't work. So that's a lot of damage. It won't kill me, so I can use a health potion after this. Can't use a mana potion. Can I use a mana potion? I don't think I can use a mana potion right now because I can only roll dex dice for this. Yeah. That was a little rough, but you know what? It's worth taking a hit just to get ahead with a little more time. So let's do that. Let's take this skill. Turning 1 dice into 2 is always kind of handy. And let's spend 1 of these potions. Let's get myself back into a safe spot. And let's see what we got. Okay. Wraith. Quick hydration. Wraith has drain for an encounter. Convert 1 item to XP. Oh, right. This is a real cheeky one. So I'm gonna have to lose 1 of my extra dice. I guess the time is right to lose this strength die. That's only worth 2 experience. But that would let me turn 1 blue 3 into 2. Oh, that's real good too. And to be quite honest, I'm not using this cleave very often. Hard to tell. Maybe I'd rather replace the flame wave. Let's do it. Gonna lose you. Okay. Let's roll. Not terrible. There's some 1s, but there's just as many 6s. Hey, that's great. Alright. Not gonna use this. So let's roll a couple extra dice. That's great. Let's spend you to turn a couple of you into better dice. I've got a blue 6. I've got a blue 5. I could really use some higher capacity yellows. I'm just gonna turn these into a wild die. So let's give myself, I think that'll help. All right, and then you just play, well, in my head I'm like, play your cards, but that's not really how this works. Let's go here, get myself a wild 3, because I'm not going to use anything else here. There. Is that right? Could be right. I kind of want to do this instead. Obviously that's wrong. Let's do a 3. Right, because I can't use this. I can't use this 4 anywhere. Right, I can't use the 3s and 4s anywhere. Although, hey, I can turn this 3 into a 5. Okay, well, let's just see if I need to do that. Let's clear this 10. 6 and a 4. This must be really painful to watch. I'm sorry. All right, 10. Watching a grown man try to do math. All right, so now I can actually start. Oh wait, I gotta clear this 5. Now I can do a 6 and a 5. I think I've got 3 6s and I've got 3 squares less than 6, so I think I'm good. Yeah, did not need to convert that. Did not need to use Flame Weave. All right. Not bad. Man, I love the puzzles. I just love the puzzles. I think I would rather, instead of being able to turn a 2 into a 5, be able to turn a blue dice into 2 pink dice. I think that's what I want. I want to just be able to roll more dice. Because even when you're rolling bad, it's still one of the most fun parts of the game. Ooh, it's the Glooping Ooze. They split, they spend 1 for each 1 that I rolled. Ugh. Really want to not waste time. Alright, gain a 6, you can only use it to cover a armor box. I don't know that I need that. I could just do this for the XP. I do have an extra slot here where I can pick up 1 more blue die. That's not bad either. Let's go for it. Roll. There's no cost to rolling that, so might as well. Okay. I think I might have what I need here. I'm definitely gonna throw this 2 away. Give myself a couple more good yellow dice. Definitely right thing to do here is turn these two decks 6s into a wild 6. That's really handy. Let's spend this 1, and then let's definitely increase these yellow dice. And I don't need this wild 2, so let's up it. I think that's going to put me in the best position. I mean, I could be doing more math here, but that's not really my style. Cover that up. Cover that up. And then I've got to cover you and you. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, right. So now I can cover whatever I feel like, and I want to clear that 6. Can I get this 6 back? Can I use a 3, 3, 3? Use that 6. Use that 5, because I really don't want those 2 damage to go through. Right. This 2 is a real bummer, because I did just get rid of Flame Weave for haste, but that's okay. That's, you know, when you play the odds, you don't always come out on top. Definitely need this 3 here. Okay, well, let's see what I can do. I can turn these 2 3s into a wild 3. Can I get anything else back? Am I overspending somewhere else? No, not really, right? I'm really not overspending anywhere else. I could get that Alright, there's like a long shot option here, which is rolling these and seeing what you get, and if they turn into something more useful. They did not, but I couldn't really use them anyway. Yeah, unfortunately that didn't work out for me. That's a lot of time I didn't really want to spend gone, and some damage, but that's okay. That 10, that dragon skin, strength 10 check. So annoying. Alright. I don't think I need this. I don't think I need this. Well, you know what? I do need that. I need an extra die. Let's just go for it. Okay. We're getting close to the end of what I can do. I think I can blast through. Let's do it. Yeah, I could swap that. I could just get more points. That's interesting. Okay, let's do it. Definitely gonna take the blue option. We're gonna roll. Going to immediately negate something. Going to turn this to on. Do that here. 6, 12, 14. No problem whatsoever. Hardest choice here is what do I want to take. So I could replace one of these plain blues with a blue and a heart, get 3 experience points there. Could just take 4 experience. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't really need this. I don't think that's what I want. 4 won't push me over the edge. I think I just want to swap that out. Okay. Honestly, let's clear the damage. Let's explore. And let's stay on the floor one more time. Can't believe I actually got to the boss. Alright, so I might flee here. This doesn't feel great, and I don't think I can really use this. This won't push me to the point where I have good experience. Let's skip it. Gives myself an extra mana charge. Alright, you know what? I can stay on the floor one more time. But then I gotta go. This is a little risky. If I suffer any too much time overages, then could really get hurt. Again, I don't think I need this. It's not going to give me enough experience. Let's just go. Alright, we're at the boss. Because even if I leveled up, I wouldn't have another encounter which would allow me to then make use of the level up, getting more stuff, you know. Alright, you've ascended from the 3rd floor dungeon. Time to fight the boss. Boss has health just like a hero, and you'll fight it over a series of rounds. Each round works like a regular encounter, but at the end you deal 1 damage to the boss for each skull icon you cover up the challenge box. This was marked with will not be used. Oh, I can't use my heroic feats. I forgot about that. So charging those up, not really helping me. Alright. So ooh, I actually have to do damage with the right colored 6s. That's tough. Okay. Need some 6s here. Need some 6s here. Okay, let's definitely roll Valor. Let's get rid of this 2. Not entirely helpful. And then let's turn this 3 into 2 more dex dice. Alright, turn a 3 into a 3 and a 5. Not the worst thing in the world. I can definitely use that 5 to clear here. I can definitely use that 5 to clear here. And then I've got a 6. Let's do this. I can turn you into a 6. So I need 17 strength and 16 mana. So I've got, let's say I increase these, so that's 3, 8, 10, plus 6, 16. So that might not be worth it actually, because I can just use the 6 for that. Oh, actually, I'm gonna use these 6s for something else, so that's worthwhile. And I might convert these. I think that'll work. Let's do that, because I want to do damage, right? He's got 6. If I'm remembering how, if I'm reading this correctly, he can take 6 points of damage. So if I do another round of covering all those, that'd be great. Well, let's see here. Have I used all of my abilities? Wow, I've used all my abilities. Okay. I can't use... Okay. Let's clear these out. I'm misusing this 5. That's gotta be there. That's gotta be there. That's gotta be there. That's gotta be there. There we go. Alright. So, let's clear at least one of these, right? 6. No. Let's cover the yellows. 11. 16. 17. So can I replace this here? Oh, one short. I have one more option, which is I can, well, let's do this. I can't use this pink for anything. Hey, hey. 5, 9, 11, 13. So I'm gonna take 4 damage. I'm gonna do 3 damage. I could pop a potion to roll 3 extra blue dice, but I think I'd rather just take the hit. Let's take the hit and let's go. New round. So risky, so risky. I'm gonna, it's a dice game. Let's risk it. I could clear 3 damage right now and lose my potion, or I could save this to burst out 3 extra dice, which to me is a much better use. Because you don't win by sitting around waiting for stuff to happen. Alright. Alright, and do I have... yeah, I think I'd rather use this 3 to roll some more of these. 4. Okay, let's spend you. I definitely want you. And let's be real, I need 2 decks. Ooh. I have a plan. I'm going to turn this 6 and this 5 into that. Something like that. I'm inclined to increase a bunch of these. Need you. Alright, let's do it. Okay. I think I might be... I got too many dice? I don't know. Because that's supposed to give me 3, not 2. Alright, let's clear some stuff. Let's clear some stuff. Right, we know we can clear some stuff, so let's do it. let's do it. So I know those dice are spoken for. Let's can I really not? Oh, the general supply only has 2 more. Shoot. Okay, so instead of doing that, let's convert you into wild dice first. There we go. So I'm doing, this is a really rare thing. I don't know if I've ever encountered this playing a tabletop, but there's a general supply and I need 3 more blue dice, so I need to convert some. I need to use some up so I can get some back. There we go. Okay. Well, that's great. The real key here is, can I do... This is where it gets a little funky. I need to swap this out. So the key here is if I can survive this turn, then I'll win, I think. I think that's what that means. That's a big if. Alright, I need to fill at least one of these. So I'm almost, ironically, I'm inclined to just tank the damage on the blue hit. I'm going to take 4 damage, but I have 9 health. I really hope I read that right, but here we go. I'm close to death. There you go, defeated the boss. Wow, did not expect that to happen, didn't feel strong enough. Hey, hey, major victory. Points earned. Oh, right, I had progression checked. So I'm not going to do this right this second, because this is like a campaign thing. And this video is really more about trying this out, see how the game goes. I think if I revisit this, then I'll try a full-on campaign, but I'll revisit that in a little bit. All right. Well, in any case, this has been Game on the Table. We're playing One Deck Dungeon. Hope you liked it. I know I didn't do a great job of explaining how the game worked, but really, I think you can pick it up as you play, and hopefully you saw what I saw, which is a really simple, not brain-burny, dice puzzle, like dice placement puzzle game, which I really enjoy. This is kind of my favorite thing to do after work, is play games like this, Deep Space D6, One Deck Dungeon. I'm sure there's others, but these are 2 of my favorites. So hopefully this will become a series. I'm interested in maybe doing a little mix of digital board games and tabletop board games, but be happy to hear what you think. Leave a comment below, subscribe, hit the like button if you like what you saw, and YouTube will hopefully show what I'm doing to more people. It's the best way to help my channel out. And I hope you'll join me for the next one. This has been Game on the Table. Have a good one. Bye.